So Nirvana, one thing that I've always loved about you is that not only can you give, but you can receive. I've watched you truly grow in your own personal life, and in every way you take on other people's directions and mentorship. Would you mind telling us today the mentors that you've had in your life that has really made the difference to you, to make you the man, the spiritual, the consciousness that you feel that you are today? Can you talk to us about the mentors that have meant a lot to you?
Wow. I'd say there's probably, well, there's a lot. Probably 5 most importantly. There was Dr. Homer Johnson, who was a mystic. He's no longer with us on the planet right now, but he was a mystic and a profound healer, minister's minister. He was a guy that when all the other ministers in our movement would come into town from wherever it was they were in the world, they made it one of the first things for them to do would be to catch up with Dr. Homer Johnson and have a session with him. And one of his clear things was he would talk about being upstairs. And to him, what upstairs meant, to go upstairs in your consciousness and not be stuck down in the muck and mire and surrounded in all of the mess that is going on in the world. And he would use the metaphor of like being upstairs in the balcony where you have a full purview of everything that's going on. And he would say to me, Reggie, and he used to always love to call me Reggie, Reggie, you're one of my upstairs boys. So stay upstairs no matter what's going on. Don't get downstairs and go into the dirty nitty gritty stuff. You keep a high watch. You keep a high purview. You keep your vision stayed on spirit and lift people up to that higher vision, to that higher truth, to that greater reality. And don't let anyone pull you downstairs. Stay upstairs. And
what a powerful message.
Yes.
And commandment, really.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And Homer made sure that whenever I came to see him, that we took some time and we relaxed, and he would just ask me various sort of questions about what was going on in my life.
Was he a lot older than you?
Oh, much older than me. He was like old enough to be my grandfather. So it was more like grandfather
How
age.
lovely.
And we're talking, he was in his 80s when I was in my 30s, 40s, you know. And
boy, to get that kind of personal attention from someone of that caliber must have made you feel so wonderful.
yes, extraordinarily so, extraordinarily so. We would go places and he would have me sit next to him and he would tap me like this and he would give me some readings on some folks, or he would ask me to, you know, what do you see about that person? What's striking out about that person? And so I would talk to him and he'd say, very good, almost like, yes, grasshopper, very astute observation there.
Astute.
But he was highly responsible for a lot of my great spiritual growth and development, particularly that is from the aspect of the silence and the stillness. And he was one of my teachers, but really my relationship with him was he was more my mentor, he was more my confidant, he was more my spiritual counselor than any of that.